It was hanging on by a thread, man, XRP. And guess what? We dropped to around $1.96, $1.93, and somewhere in the mid to lower $1.90 level, which is an important place for us to keep. We managed to hold it. After we recovered, we learned that the financial services in New York had finally approved Ripple stablecoin. It's big time, it's really large. In addition to discussing that, we have a lot more to cover. Therefore, without further ado, take a seat, unwind, and let's dive into a Bitcoin. $98,516 is up right now. Ethereum has lost 64% of its value in the last day. While XRP is making an incredible comeback at $2.36, USDT and USDC are both staying at their dollar pegs, with 87% coming in at $3,724 USDT. In that area, we have seen this product reach as high as $2.42. The market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies is now up 6.43%. That $4 trillion figure was still far away from $3.5 trillion. Will we witness 4? By the end of the year, will we see $4.5 trillion and perhaps even $5 trillion? Time is running out, yet we are aware of how quickly these markets can rise. In addition to the fresh money that will soon join these markets to help drive up prices, we are aware of the amount of money that is currently sitting in these stablecoins that can be deployed into these markets at any time. We're not quite done with the woodwork, Bitcoin. You see, my target of 108 to 115 would make it clear that Bitcoin has emerged from the shadows. Before we start to rise again and before Bitcoin seizes control and initiates a full send, is it possible that we will witness one final flush down to that $90,000 range? It's not out of the question. For a while now, I have been discussing about $90,000 crucial area for Bitcoin. Even though I know what I hold and where these markets are ultimately headed, my eyes are still on it. So I'm not concerned. It doesn't affect me. The fact that XRP is back above $2 makes me thrilled. I would really like to see XRP rise and return to the 250 range before aiming for the formidable 270 range. We will have that runway and that path up and over $3 once that is shattered. Now, keep in mind that it's Wednesday night. What does that signify? This is the first trading card game that has ever been developed on the XRP ledger. I'm sending you a lovely email, minting the NFTs, and giving you a free starter deck. After the first wave was sent out last night, there were perhaps 6 more that I needed to do this morning. Download the game and claim your cards. The download link is included in the email. Join in and begin to play. This is similar to the card game Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, or Gods Unchained, one of the biggest Ethereum games. You will be able to control the field if you arrive early and learn how to play. Indeed, the game has an integrated wagering system. Here is the XRP chart as of right now. This is Kraken's XRP to USD exchange rate. All I ask is that you zoom out. The 1-month chart is shown here. All I ask is that you all take a moment to breathe. Take a close look at this chart. View our location from a month ago. The cost is 77 cents. Not a month ago. We go back to November 24th, which is when this occurred, XRP. Our exchange rate was 57 cents. 57 cents. The date is December 11th. Take a look at the upward movement we experienced in just 2 weeks. This move is parabolic. Our maximum price was $2.88. 2 weeks. 60 cents turned into $2.88. A retreat, a cool down, was anticipated. We have discussed that on this channel. We alerted everyone. What follows? Even so, there will be consolidation and sideways movement. Ideally, we can stay above $2 until the next significant upswing, which would put us in the $3 to $5 region. What do I anticipate? It's really easy. 3 to 5 Q1 2025 are our targets. I anticipate the fireworks to go off at that time. For the fireworks, Q1 has always been used. I want you to be ready for that and to be prepared for it. These markets are still open. In these markets, we are far from finished. You must examine and pay attention to where we were just 2 weeks before this enormous parabolic push to the upside, which occurred around Thanksgiving. The timestamp is shown in the lower left corner. November 12, 2024, Tuesday. Then, like a rocket, we rocketed off. Shortly, there will be many more gains similar to this one. As I've stated, you should always leave this channel if it becomes too much for you and you don't want to sell at these levels. Take a breath, please. Additionally, you must return once the bull run has fully begun. This is only the appetizer. The main course hasn't arrived yet. Gary Cardone is offering his thoughts on the entire 60-minute Ripple controversy. I didn't say he did horribly, he says, referring to Brad Garlinghouse. I claimed that they did not receive the boost that one might anticipate from the publicity stunt. Therefore, he did not establish much traction as a leader at this level. Discussing 60 Minutes is about making the most of every chance or saying goodbye. I apologize, but this is my honest opinion. Let's take a moment to consider this. Brad Garlinghouse's actual interview lasted almost an hour and a half. After deciding to pick and select, 60 Minutes chose to air a 13-minute feature featuring Brad Garlinghouse. They made up their story, whatever it was. Brad did not influence the final product. He conducted the interview like any other news media outlet and like a real professional. They twisted it to suit their preferences and the way they wished it to be presented. That's all we hear from Brad on this, and I wouldn't expect him to sit back. I anticipate that the media and news outlets will resume their activities, and Mr. Eyes, like Brad, wants publicity or a farewell. Not to be overlooked is the person Brad Garlinghouse was seated next to. Yes, that is the IMF director. That is the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority chairman. Yes, that is the Hancock Monetary Authority's chief executive. The head of the BIS was over here on the left, and Christine Lagarde was in the front row. Brad Garlinghouse was on stage, but why? Do you wish to discuss increasing exposure? Why was Brad in this place? I think he was trying to get as much publicity as possible. I want to make sure we move past this, so we're going to dive right into the interview in the following segment. Monica Long is this person. She is referring to Rust, which will increase demand and flow smoothly through XRP for quicker transactions in a 3 trillion market use case. Recall that Ripple is now minting 20% of the USDC. My main concern is what will happen if Ripple ceases minting 20% of USDC. Does it go below and lose its stability as a stablecoin, or can it maintain its peg at $1? Who will assume 20% of Ripple's share? Ripple was working on that enormous portion. Ripple was minting and investing in USDC, but it seems clear that they will stop doing so and begin supporting their own stablecoin since we know it is backed 1-to-1. In a few years, the market capitalization of US dollar stablecoins, or, maybe more accurately, stablecoins in general, is expected to surpass $3 trillion. Because more factors, such as payment, will influence demand. Bridge was recently acquired by Stripe. That is a significant payment company that is considering making payments with stablecoins. We discuss, for example, Ripple, and we have processed over $70 billion in digital assets. More reliable currencies will be needed in the market as a result of this use case, which is expected to be a huge trend. Also, we have the use case from our point of view. Some of our clients have already expressed a desire to pay with stablecoins. Therefore, we believe we can be a fantastic supplier. Do you think the market will grow, or do you think these two stablecoins will fight with one another to gain customers? I think the market will grow significantly. Furthermore, the Ripple US dollar has not yet been introduced. Although we are operationally prepared, regulatory approval is crucial to us. It's up to the New York Department of Financial Services, you know. They are examining our trust application. There you have it. Monica called you. The market use case is 3 trillion, people. The XRP ledger is the conduit for all of this. All of this will pass through the ledger, improving liquidity and increasing the amount of money in circulation, ultimately contributing to an increase in the price of XRP. This is only the appetizer. In 2025, your dessert and main course will arrive.